first half. But in the second half, we basically just went long almost every single time to Haaland and Foden. And it caused Burnley massive, massive problems. You've got to suggest that that's probably come from Pep Guardiola or one of the assistant managers. So massive, massive credit to Pep Guardiola and the coaching staff. Guys, we are going to get into the player ratings now. Before we do, as always, make sure you drop a like on the stream. We're currently on 73 likes, 250 people in the building. Let's get those likes past 100. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well if you are new, as we're approaching now 5K. Oh, we just got 5K, man. We literally just got 5,000 subscribers. Big up to everyone that has subscribed. 5,000 subscribers on the XLB channel. Absolutely crazy day. Thank you to everyone that joined me in the watch along, by the way. Appreciate all the support. But I want to get straight into it, man. I want to get into the player ratings. Let me bring up the stats, because I did like going through the stats, man. You know what I mean? The stats were pretty important for me. I think the stats are a pretty important part of the journey. Okay, so I don't know. I could potentially bring this up on screen, but I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know if it'll look good or what. Let me bring this up on screen. If it looks dead, I'll just read it out, to be honest. But we can see. Right, here we go. Check this. Where are we at? The stats are here. I don't know if you can see them properly. I can see. You can see them all out there, innit? That's okay. Are we on? Who are we on here? We're on Ederson. But then, I mean, where's the website's a bit dead, to be honest. Like, bro, I'm scrolling there. Yeah. Where's the City team? Because I'm on the Man City game. No, please hold, chat. Please hold. Please hold. We have time, don't worry. Right. Let me Burnley. Lineups. Right, but the problem is if I zoom in, yeah, can you still see the stats there? Right, you can see the stats there, right? I'll zoom in one more time. No, that kills it. And that's going to kill the thing, isn't it? Bro, what the fuck is this website, man? Go chat, we're learning. We're learning as we go along. Right, I'm just going to do that. Now I'm going to do one more. One more. Should we gamble? Right, I can't do no more than that, otherwise it fucks up, yeah? It fucks up. So let's just run. Let's just run with that, okay? So Ederson, 90 minutes played, 1 save, 1 run out successful, 1 high claim, 1 save from inside the box, 81% pass accuracy, 28 long balls. See, 28 long balls, that's a lot, isn't it? A lot of long balls there. 16 completed, 1 ground duel, and he got fouled once. To be honest with you, obviously didn't have to make too many saves today, Ederson, but passing was pretty on point. I think you look at the passing accuracy. You know, he misplaced 23 passes, but around 15 of them were probably long balls. So I don't think you can do too much there. I'm gonna give Ederson a 7.4. I'm gonna give Ederson a 7.4. NTJ says 7.5. Cian says 9. Andrew says 7.8. Ferg FIFA says 7.7. So yeah, somewhere in the 7s, I think, is probably where we're at with Ederson. No, he didn't really have too much to do, to be honest with you, so we'll have to move. Kyle Walker, I thought he was excellent today. 90 minutes play. No, we're not on him. We're still on. Oh, it opens him there. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm still learning how to use this website. I don't know if they've changed it, but right, there we go. Right, Kyle Walker. 89 minutes played for Kyle Walker today. 1 clearance, 4 ground duels, 2-1, 1 aerial duel, 1, 8 times possession lost, 1 foul, got fouled twice, had a 92% pass accuracy with 1 key pass, 5 long balls, 2 successful, and 1 dribble attempt unsuccessful. Honestly, I thought it was fantastic. I think Bayern Munich would have watched that game tonight thinking, God, I wish we would have had him. I wish we would have got Kyle Walker, because his performance was just top notch. It was absolutely brilliant. It really, really was. There was nothing about it. It was flawless. Defensively, covered us bare times. Because there was a couple of times there in that game where Burnley, coming forward, looked pretty decent. And I just thought he looked so solid. He got into a couple crossing positions. He was the one that put the cross in for Haaland's second goal, if I remember that correctly. So he technically got like a pre-assist. I thought it was really, really good. And I have to give him a high rating, to be honest with you. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I thought it was really, really good. 8.7 from Giannis, 8.8 from Finn Brooks, 8.7 from Akash, 9 from Ahad. Esther says 8. Phantom with a 10. Swizo with an 8.3 and Brian A with an 8.8. A very, 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 very good performance that from Kyle Walker. Let's have a look at Manuel Akanji. 90 minutes played, 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 3 tackles, got dribble past twice, 5 ground duels, 3 of them won, 5 aerial duels, 4 of them won. He lost possession 13 times, had an 88% pass accuracy, 1 cross unsuccessful, 5 long balls, 1 successful. I thought that on the ball, very good, very comfortable. General defending, very, very good. There was that one early in the first half, if you remember, that they wanted a penalty for excellent defending. Did get absolutely smoked though when he the guy megged him. I'd have to have a look at it again to see whether or not it was really his fault, but yeah, I'd put that one down as a L for him. But yeah, really strong. You know what's funny is, yeah, I didn't have an agenda against Akanji, but I always thought that he was just like, not sure about him. He's really winning me over, man. He's putting in top-class performances, and he's putting in consistent performances. He really is. So I've got to say to him, keep doing what he's doing, because at the moment, he's almost undroppable. He really, really is. I'm going to give Akanji a 7.3. I'm going to give him a 7.3. Muzzardino says 6.5, 6.5 from Ferg, 6.9 from Brian, 5.5 from Adam. That's a little bit low for me, in my opinion. T9G says 6. He is rust. City's imaginary squad depth with a 4 and Finn Brooks with a 7. I don't know. I think that's a bit harsh, man. Maybe I watched the maybe it is the beer drinking or the heat. I thought it was okay. I really did think it was all right. I think he put in a decent performance, to be honest. Let's move on to Nathan Ake, who played 79 minutes in the game before going off. 1 clearance, 2 interceptions, 3 tackles, 4 out of 4 ground duels won, and he won 3 out of 5 aerial duels. He had a 94% pass accuracy and misplaced 1 long ball out of 2. Had a shot blocked as well. I mean, what can we say that we've not already said about Nathan Ake, people? Defensively, extremely solid. I don't think, you need me to tell you that. You all know that. He's fucking mint. You know what I mean? The facts are, listen, these are the facts with Nathan Ake. I'm happy for him to go up against the best right wingers in world football. I'm not saying he won't mess up once or twice, but I am confident. Put him up against the Salahs. Put him up against the Vinnies. I know he's left winger. The Mbappes. I think he's one-on-one defending. He is absolutely incredible, and the stats prove it there. 4 out of 4 ground duels won. He's just defensively, arguably, possibly our best actual defender. I think a lot of people might talk about Diaz there, but one-on-one, he's just so good, man. And he's improved on the ball massive. That was his major flaw at City. On the ball, he wasn't good enough, but he's improved on that, and now he is. And it's going to be very hard to drop him. We've signed Gvardiol, and I do think in time, Gvardiol will get that space off Ake because he's just better on the ball. But I tell you what, it's going to be very, very difficult for Gvardiol to get that position off Ake. It is, because Ake doesn't do anything wrong. He makes no mistakes. So for me, top performance for him today. Played, 70-odd minutes. I'm going to give him, you know what? I think I'm going to give him an 8.1. I think it's somewhere in the Walker region, an 8.1 for me. Giannis with an 8.5. Finn with a 7.5. Blackula with a 7.9. 8.5. City's imaginary depth. Elia with an 8.1. Harting with a 7.8. Great performance. It really, really was. Big up to Declan, man, with a super chat. Appreciate the donation, bro. Says, for me, it's Rodri. He's the best in the world by a country mile in his position, but credit to Burnley. They will do well this season. I guess you're talking about man of the match there, bro. We'll come on to that. I think that's going to be a really difficult decision between. I think I'll do a poll in the chat when we get to it. But yeah, you're spot on with Burnley as well. Burnley are going to be decent this season. They really, really are. So, yeah, let's move it on, though. Let's move it on to Rico Lewis, who played 79 minutes in the game today, as we're on this middle column here for Rico Lewis. 1 interception, 3 ground duels, 2 of them won, 1 aerial duel, didn't win that. 85% pass accuracy, 4 long balls, 1 successful, and 1 dribble attempt, 1 successful. I thought it was decent. I don't know whether he got a little bit rattled after that guy threw a fucking thing at him, whatever. I don't know whether it was a vape or a lighter or a highlighter. I don't know what it was, but he looked good, though. He looked really good. When he's in that midfield position, he looks really, really good on the ball. He's passing. He drives forward with it. He's exceptional. He's exceptional. Don't think it was one of his best performances today, but I still think it was a good performance. And you've got to think his age and how much Pep thinks of him. He's just started the first Premier League game for City this season. That tells you, I think, all you need to know what Pep thinks about him. Pep rates him very, very highly. And so do I. I think he's very, very good. And I think in that midfield position, I said many, many times that I think he's one of the only players in our team that gets on the ball and drives forward with it so quickly. So then someone corrected me and said, no, LB, Foden does that, which is correct. I actually think Kovacic does it a little bit as well. But Rico, the speed at which he goes, very, very good. I'm going to give him a 7.2. I'm going to give him a 7.2, to be honest. Rapper says 6. Declan with a 7.2. Janice 6.8. Mozardino with a 7. Sign Silva with a 7. Brian A, 7.4. Probably the highest I've seen. No, Martin goes higher. Martin goes for a 7.7. 7.4 with City's imaginary squad depth. And Dan Hook says 7.5. So, yeah, I mean, I think the lowest I've seen is around a 6.5. The highest is a 7.7. So, to be fair, there is actually a little bit of variance on Rico Lewis, but a top performance. And he'll only get better with experience. He really, really will. You know, that's all he needs is experience. Right, let's move on to someone who is a contender for man of the match as we come over here to the right-hand side, guys. Rodri today, 90 minutes played, 1 goal, 1 assist. Unbelievable. He's a CDM. 97% pass accuracy. What? 97% pass accuracy of 110 passes, people. This is not, he's come on for 5 minutes and made 5 passes. He's made 110 passes and misplaced only 3. That is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. 1 key pass in the game, 6 long balls, 5 successful. So 2 of his 3 passes that he misplaced were short passes. Only 2. The only other one was a long ball, which makes it even more impressive. Unreal. Where are we at here? 1 big chance created, 3 shots on target. I mean, he could have had another couple of goals today, really. 1 shot blocked, 8. Where are we at here? My fucking mouse is playing up. 8 ground duels, 5 of them won. He won his only aerial duel, lost possession 5 times in total, 2 fouls. And he made 5 tackles there. 1 error that led to the shot. Yeah, that was his only negative today when he gave the ball away. It was similar to what he did at Everton at home last year when he give the ball. He tried to make a play to the right-hand side, didn't put enough power on it, and he capitalised on it. But listen, I ain't going to talk about that because his performance today was absolutely stunning. I've said for a long time, this guy is the best CDM in world football. I'm now starting to say that I think he's clear of everyone else. I don't think anyone's near him. I don't think Casemiro is near him. I genuinely not even saying that with like a bias or you know what I mean. I genuinely believe that Rodri is so clear of every other CDM in world football. It's unreal. I genuinely believe that. Honestly, he's so good. Got a goal, got an assist. On another day, yeah, he could have had another goal. Yo, Saeed, bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Rodri is clear. Rodri is clear. I still believe that for me, Casemiro is probably the second best CDM in the world, but I think he's clear, man. I think he's clear. Listen, he's obviously going to be a contender for man of the match. In my opinion, player rating for Rodri today, it's got to be in the 9s. The question is here, right? Here's a question for you. Why is it not a 10? He's a CDM, right? He scored, he got an assist, and he misplaced 3 passes, and one of them was a long ball. So explain to me why that cannot be a 10. Because he gave the ball away in a bad area and they had 1 chance, maybe. Can I give him a 9.9 then? You know what? Fuck it. I'm giving him a 9.9. I'm giving him a 9.9 because I don't know what else he could have done to be better than that. The only mistake he made was when he gave the ball away on the right-hand side, and it didn't lead to a goal anyway. Got a goal, got an assist. It was unbelievable. Passing stats are through the roof. I'm giving him a 9.9. And to be fair, a 10. Yeah, Ado, listen. I'm not going to argue with you, bro. I'm not going to argue with you at all. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people will be giving him a 10. Arkash gives him a 9.7. Beyond Belief says full send at 9.99999. Dylan says 9.3. Elias says 9.8. Telza says 9.9. And Wayne just gives him that straight up 10, which again, I'm not going to argue with anyone that says that was a 10 out of 10 performance today because he was fantastic. Should we talk about KDB? I mean, he only played 23 minutes. I'm not going to go through the stats. Real shame that he got injured, because I actually thought he was playing really well. He looked really fit and like athletic. Then he got picked up the injury. The good news is, and I'll come on to Foden in a minute, Foden for me picked up that pressure of Kevin De Bruyne. I thought he did really well. But yeah, a bit of a shame for Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not going to give him a match rating. You guys can in the chat if you want. Real shame. Hopefully it's not serious, because he looked really good for that 20 minutes. He did look really good. So a proper shame there. A proper shame. I wonder, can we go through the Kovacic? Can we go through Kovacic stats? Can we do that? I'm not sure if we can do that. I'm sure you can do that. No, you can get Kovacic. I'm getting Kovacic stats up here. I want the Kovacic stats. Here we go. Man City, Kovacic. Boom, we move. Right, here we go. Kovacic on the right-hand side here. Minutes played, 67 minutes. 74 touches of the ball with a 95% pass completion, misplacing only 3 passes. 1 key pass in the game, 4 long balls, 3 successful with 1 big chance created. No shots from him. 7 ground duels, 4-1, 1 aerial duel that he didn't win. And clearances and that. Yeah, didn't make any clearances. I thought he was decent. Kept it ticking over. Didn't do too much in terms of going forward. But I've got to say, he did link up with Phil Foden in that middle of the pitch. Very, very good. The only reservation I have at the moment, I already knew this when we signed him, is his going forward ability. Will he offer us enough going forward throughout the season? Because if you look at Gundogan, and I always feel this is unfair, because I don't think it's fair to compare to Gundogan, but ultimately, like, that's literally what we've signed him for, I assume. That's the only thing that he lacks. However, basing him off his performance, it was a great performance, wasn't it? It was a really good performance. Come in there, kept things ticking over. I'm not going to go crazy with the score. Like, seen some people there, 8.5. I ain't giving him that high for me. I'm going to give him 7.7. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7.7. I can't go up to the 9s, man. I can't. I got Macianas here with a 9. I can't go that high. Declan was 7.5. Abdi with a 7. Bakula says 7.6. City's imaginary squad depth 8. There's a bit of a variation on this one, to be honest with you. Although, to be honest, I think there's just a couple of people. Most people are sort of in the 8s, high 7s, early. I think Adam's probably the highest there with a... That's not Adam. That's Adam there. Adam, Muzzardino, both with an 8.5. Yeah, I think high 7s, low 8s is probably probably where we're at. Right, okay, let's move it on to... Who we move it on to next? We'll go to... Should we go Julian Alvarez? Yeah, let's go Julian Alvarez, guys. Let me zoom in on this. 90 minutes played for Julian Alvarez. 1 assist, which I've got to say, I know on the face of it, it looks like he's not really done much. He's a striker. The ball's at his feet and the goal's like there. Most people are just shooting there regardless. He's had the composure to think to himself, you know what? Haaland stood there in a better angle, better space than me. I'm going to pass it. So I think, you got to give him credit there. 37 passes, 86% pass completion rate, 6 key passes in the game, 5 crosses, 2 successful with 1 long ball, which was also successful as well. 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 1 shot blocked. 5 ground duels, 2 of them won. 4 aerial duels, 1 of them won there as well. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else really to go through. Look, my opinion on Alvarez is I don't think you're ever going to get the best performance from him in the world in that position. I think he's a striker for me. So, but can he do a job there? Yes, he can do a job. He's very energetic. He runs around, makes a nuisance of himself. So I think you've got to give him credit for that. I'm going to give him... a 7.7. I'm going to give him a 7.7. I just don't think I can put him in the 8s. I don't think so. Or maybe, to be fair, the pass to Haaland, man. I'm going to give him a 7.9. Fuck it. I'm going to give him a 7.9. I just can't quite get him in the 8s, but that might be harsh. I think I'm being harsh there. Janice 7.3. Muzzardino 8. George Wilson 8 as well. Buntu says 7.5. Rapper with an 8, Andy Hoyle with a 7, and Rog with an 8 as well. So yeah, between a 7, I've not seen too many people above 8. So yeah, I think we're somewhere in that sort of region. Right, who else we got here now? Should we go to... Let's go Bernardo Silva, man. Let's go Bernardo Silva. We're in this middle one here, guys, for Bernardo Silva, if you're wondering. 90 minutes play for Bernardo today, 72 touches of the ball, 64 passes with a 91% pass completion. 3 crosses, all unsuccessful, but 3 long balls were all successful. He had 2 ground duels. He won one of them and didn't win his only aerial duel. Lost possession 10 times. Made 1 error that led to a shot. Don't think it was like one of his best performances today. Not that I can remember. I just think it was a sort of like average Bernardo performance. Certainly wasn't a stinker. Yeah, I'd probably give him 7.6, 7.7, 7.5, somewhere in that region. I think he's in the 7s. I don't think he deserves to get in the 8s, but I don't think he's below a 7. Yeah, I'd probably say 7. I'll probably go 7.6. I'll go in the middle. 7.6 for me. I think that's probably fair. Black Lula's 7.8. Finn Brooks 7.5. Gianni 7.5. Adam says 7. Mark says 7. South Africa Citizens says 7.5. Riku 7.1. Muzzardino with a 7. Yeah, I think we're all sort of agreeing somewhere in the 7s. Yeah, I don't think he deserves to be out of the 7s, to be honest with you. Right, I want to come on to Phil Foden, guys, because for me, I thought it was great. Hang on a minute. What's this doing here? Why is it not loading up? Maybe it's just being weird. I want the Foden stats, man. Give me the Foden stats. There we go. Foden stats are on the screen. Bottom right corner here, people. 90 minutes played. 64 touches. 44 passes with an 84% pass completion. 2 key passes in the game. 3 crosses, all unsuccessful. And 2 long balls. Both unsuccessful as well. 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 1 shot blocked. 2 dribble attempts, 1 successful with 1 big chance missed. 6 ground duels, 2 successful. 2 aerial duels, non-successful. Got fouled once, made a clearance and 1 interception. I don't think the stats really tell the true story there. You can have a look at the stats sometimes, like Rodri. Rodri's stats were unbelievable. You know what I mean? It sort of told the story. For me, though, I don't think the stats really do Foden justice. I thought he was excellent. I thought it really come alive when Kevin De Bruyne went off. I thought he took the responsibility of creating stuff unbelievable in the tight spaces, drifting inside. I thought it was exceptional. I really, really do. I think there's a couple of things that they still need to improve on. I think that when he goes through on goal, I think he needs to get the shots off maybe a little bit quicker. I think he does need to become a little bit more clinical, but I'm sure that will come. But I just think he's great. When he drifts into those middle positions, into those pockets, and he spins players, oh, it's a joy to watch. It really, really is. And if you think about it, we've not really had a player who's done that for a long time. You look at the David Silvas, the Kevin De Bruyne, maybe does it a little bit. Gundogan's, they're very much passing players. You know, I do give Kevin as a little bit. He does have a little bit of that Foden drive. But Foden, he gets the ball, he spins, and he runs. And that's what we want to see. It's great stuff to watch. And I'm buzzing with his performance. I thought he was very, very good, and I think he can massively improve on that as well. So not going to get too carried away. I'm going to put him in the 8s, but I'm going to give him an 8 point. I'm going to give him an 8.4. I'm going to give him an 8.4. I think that's reasonable. I'm not getting too gassed. I'm not going to get carried away, but I do think he deserves to be in the 8s, in my personal opinion. Janice with an 8. City's Imaginary squad depth, 8.4. Black Lula, 8.2. Muzzardino, 8.5. Okayness with a low score, 7.8. Quite solid, but defensive and quiet night, says Okayness. Fair enough. Yeah, I think we're all sort of in the same region there. Finn Brooks says 7.5. Played well, but needed to be far more direct and do things faster. He took too long taking his shots and lost the ball because of it. Yeah, I think that's a fair comment, Finn, to be honest with you. I still think it was better than a 7.5, but I guess, again, that's the thing with opinions. Riku's not too far away from yourself there with a 7.8. The Bales with a 0.7. Bruh, what's going on there? I've do with a 7 now. They're too low, guys. They're too low. Right, let's move it on to... Let's move it on to the man. Let's move it on to the man. We're in this middle section here, by the way, if you're looking at it. Yo, what have I just done there? Oh, there we go. Right, Erling Haaland, people. 80 minutes played, 2 goals, off a 0.6 XG, which is wild. 2 shots on target, 1 shot off target, 1 shot blocked. He only had 23 touches of the ball, 12 passes, 10 successful, 2 key passes in the game, 1 long ball, 5 ground duels, won 2 of them, 3 aerial duels, won one of them. That seems a little bit low. That I felt like them aerial duels there. I felt like he was winning a lot of aerial duels for Haaland. I think I thought that was a bit low. I thought he had more than that. 5 times he lost possession. He got fouled once. I got fouled twice and made 1 foul. I made 1 clearance as well. He did make a clearance. That is correct. Look, listen, I mean, what can you say about this guy? I say it again. I said this in the watch along. Someone asked me the other day, do you think Haaland's going to score as many goals as he did last year? And I said, no, he's not. Because scoring 50 goals in a season is not normal. So he's probably going to get less than that. He's got 2 already. So who knows what he's going to end up. I'm not going to make predictions about Haaland anymore because you can't. You know, Rory Jennings tried it last year and he fucking spectacularly failed. I said this week that he's not going to get anywhere near 50 goals. He might get 35. But you just don't know. He's just so good, man. Look at his first goal. A lot of people look at that goal and go, oh, it's just a tap-in. It's not just a tap-in. People don't understand football. You know what I mean? It's his movement in the penalty area which gets him all these goals. If a lot of his goals, are inside or around the 6-yard area. So everyone just calls him a tap-in merchant. Well, if he's just a tap-in merchant, why don't you become a footballer and just do what Haaland does? Why doesn't every other striker in the world just do what Haaland does? Why? Because you can't. Because what he's got, which what I've said for a long time, is he's got the movement of a 35-year-old striker. Look at Benzema when he went into his 30s. Look at Lewandowski when he went into his 30s. These players, they get better as they get older. I tell you why. I've said this consistently over the last year. Because when they start to lose the pace, they have to fully rely on the football brain and their movement in the box. And because they played for 10 years, they get the, you know, they don't have to sprint out there. Get yourself in the box, make the right movement, come onto the ball and you'll get goals. And that's why Benzema thrived when he got older. That's why Lewandowski smashed it. The difference with Haaland, he's got that movement at 23. That's the big difference. So what numbers he gets this year, I have no idea. I'm going to give him a 9.9. And we'll have to talk about man of the match now. Let me put a poll in the chat. But before I do that, big up to Darcy with the super chat who says, morning LB, it's 7 a.m. here. Only caught the last 20 minutes, but proper performance from the boys and good to see Gvardiol come on. It was a very good performance, Darcy, mate. It was a very good performance. I would, if you've got time over the next day or two, I'd go back and watch the whole game, mate, because it was a very, very good performance. It really, really was. Big up for the super chat, bro. Appreciate that, man. Right, Paul, man of the match time. Who is man of the match? Are we just saying it's between Haaland and Rodri, yeah? We've not got anyone else in there, innit? Haaland, Rodri. Who is man of the match? Guys, cast your vote in the poll. The poll is in the chat. And as you're voting, I'll give you my opinion, yeah? Haaland scored 2 goals, right? First goal was great. Second goal was unbelievable. I thought he bullied the Burnley defence, especially on those long balls. Thought he created havoc. Could have maybe had an assist or 2. A couple nice passes to Alvarez. Alvarez just didn't quite finish it. Look at Rodri. Unbelievable performance. Misplaced 3 passes out of 110, and one of those 3 passes was a long ball. His only mistake was a pass out to the right-hand side, which we got caught. Sloppy pass. You got when you're talking in this fine details, you have to go down to that. But got himself a goal. Got himself an assist. You know, the header was probably underrated. No one's really spoke about that. I'm going to give the man of the match, for me, I'm going to give it Rodri. I am, because at the end of the day, he's a CDM, right, that's protected the defence really well. He's made a single mistake, and we are nitpicking here, by the way, but we have to do this when you're deciding between man of the match between Haaland and Rodri, when they both played really well. He made 1 mistake, he got an assist, he got a goal, and he didn't put a foot wrong. So for me, I know Haaland's got 2 goals. I know his second goal was exceptional, but I just have to think to myself, you know what I mean? It's difficult. I get it. I'm not going to argue with anyone that says Haaland, you know what I mean? Because he also deserves a man of the match award, because the second goal especially was absolutely unbelievable. Big up to Italian Stallion, man, for the donation. Says, yes, SLB just joined. Really, really sad for KDB. I'm not ready to start having beginning of the end conversations. I think we rushed him back. Yeah, I'm also with you. I ain't ready to have that conversation. Look, we'll have to see. I've not seen anything on Twitter about like a potential, like what's happened to him. Yeah, actually. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. I don't know whether to put this on the screen because I bet some of you have not seen it and I don't want to ruin your night / morning. Should I put it on? I'm going to have to put it on the screen, man. Breaking news. Kevin De Bruyne will be out for a while with a hamstring injury suffered against Burnley tonight, says Pep Guardiola. De Bruyne has sustained an injury in the same place and position as the Champions League final. Look, we don't know. Did we rush him back? Who knows? Only the medical staff know that because they would have done a scan on his hamstring and they would have said it's fully recovered or not. I am a doctor. I can't say. But listen, at the end of the day, right, the one thing I'd say is, I was going to say we was never meant to have Kevin De Bruyne here anyway. He was meant to be injured, but that doesn't make it any better, does it? I just realised. I was about to say it and I realised it popped into my head. I was like, no, LB, that doesn't make the situation any better at all. Listen, I think the positives are Phil Foden looked really good when Kevin De Bruyne went off, but we are now weak in that position. We do need another player. Obviously, we're going for Paqueta. The problem is, you're West Ham. You're putting the price of Paqueta up now. You are, aren't you? I mean, I'm sorry. You just are. That's how, you do that, wouldn't you? You do that, so fucking hell. That's a slight negative, but it is what it is. The medical staff cleared him to play. Had his hamstring fully recovered? And it's just unfortunate. It's unlucky. Or what did we rush him back? I guess we'll never know. We'll never know. Big up Ryan says, great start for Man City. Great start for LB. Big up Ryan. Appreciate that, bro. Right. I think that's pretty much it. I went through all the players, right? I remember that sometimes I used to miss players off. And that's, I don't really want to miss anyone off. I ain't really going to go through the subs, man, to be honest with you. Yeah, Guardiola played 10 minutes. Laporte played 10 minutes. McAtee played a minute, and Cole Palmer played 10 minutes. So I ain't going to go through the subs. I guess it was nice to see Guardiola come on the pitch, wasn't it? That was pretty decent. But other than that, yeah, we're pretty calm. We're pretty calm. But yeah, your man of the match, by the way, 57% of people in the stream have given it to Rodri. 43% of people give it to Haaland. So it is very close. I'm also giving it to Rodri. So the official It's LB man of the match award, Bray, goes to Rodri. I was going to say Haaland then. Goes to Rodri. So, yeah, I agree. I agree with that one. Right, cool. There you go. In and out, 35 minutes. Boom. That's how we like it. You know what I mean? In, out, no messing around. Get the play ratings done. Everyone has their say. Give the man of the match award, which the player's never going to see. And then we'll come back tomorrow and do a review. I think that's the best way to do it. I think this is the better way of doing it. I think doing the play rating straight after the game is the way to go. I don't know. You guys can give me feedback in the comment section, on the community tab, whatever. But I think this is the best. Because honestly, right, I genuinely say this. Sometimes, I do the play ratings the day after. And I sometimes forget about the performances of some of the players. I think this is just a better way of doing it. Everything's fresh in your mind. I think this is the way we go. Any news on Paqueta? Nothing yet, Giannis. I've not seen anything. I've been watching the game. So maybe there was something during the game I've not seen. But look, listen, I'm going to waste your time. Thank you very much to anyone that's joined the watch along tonight and the play ratings. Massively appreciate all your support. Thanks to everyone that's donated, anyone that's become a channel member. You know, that literally massively helps support me. So I really do appreciate everyone. Thanks for getting me to 5,000 subscribers. Massive achievement. Massively appreciate everyone that's subscribed. Do us a favor, drop a like on this one, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you tomorrow for the main match review. I'll catch you later, guys.